Alright, so I wanted to take a few minutes to share my thoughts on the Green Lantern footage from Wondercon that was released on YouTube. To get straight to the point, I think this absolutely looks great, and this might give James Cameron's Avatar a run for its money in terms of the special effects they put in here. Maybe 3D won't be hindering this one so bad after all if they decide to use that for this movie. A lot of people were bitching about, when the early trailer came out and a lot of the early footage talking about the Photoshop look and the CG suit, and pretty much everything in this movie looks to be CG. I have no complaints about it whatsoever. I think it looks absolutely breathtaking, and aesthetically it's just great. The footage also gave me a little heads up because I did not know that we were going to have a lot of villains in this movie. This seems to be the beginning of sort of a Batman Begins with Green Lantern, but we're going to have many villains in this movie, which I was surprised at. I knew Sinestro, who may or may not turn evil towards the end of this movie. I knew about Hector Hammond. Not really familiar with him in any way, but he was sort of the antagonist of this movie. But come to find out that Parallax is also going to be in this as well. I'm actually surprised that they're shoving in this many villains in the movie, but maybe they won't be so bad. The footage of Parallax that they showed was just awesome. It looks like this black and yellow storm cloud is just moving over the city. Parallax isn't exactly a cloud in the comics, obviously, but I think this is a little more a step of what Rise of the Silver Surfer should have been, where the cloud could have been fine, but at least give us an indication of Galactus being in the cloud, and they obviously show Parallax in here, and I think it looks outstanding. You know what, I'm going to let this serve as my first thoughts for the Green Lantern movie in general too. And on a couple of issues with the casting, I think Ryan Reynolds is great. I've heard a couple of complaints about him acting so much like himself in this movie. I like him in this role for two reasons. One, because his humor is a great coping mechanism. He gets pulled off the planet and dropped onto Oa, which by the way looks excellent with all the CG. And if you wind up getting a magical ring and transported to a planet full of alien policemen, you're definitely going to need some kind of a coping mechanism. I have no problem with the humor. Other casting wise, some of the earlier footage I've seen, a little bit put off by Kilowog with the CG that I saw of him in an earlier trailer. Might take me some warming up to, but I think it'll be alright. I also love the way that Sinestro looks in this movie. Mark Strong in voice and gestures definitely has this character down to a T, and the CG that they just added to looks great. I enjoyed some of the other aliens I saw in this movie. Abin Sur, who may or may not wind up being in this movie in a live rolling sense for maybe no more than 10-15 minutes at the most. He looked good. I love the CG, especially on Tomar Ray when Hal is introduced to him. I think it looks great. Background characters, I spotted Boudica in the background, or what I think might be Boudica. She has more of a facial wise, she has more of a human appearance. Looked like she had a little bit of hair too, but the strange thing is that what may or may not be Boudica looks extremely more alien. We're gonna have to see if she plays a big part in this or not, but I'm fine with it. Let's see, what else was there? I think maybe my only other complaint with casting in this movie is a very minor one, but would have to go to Angela Bassett as Amanda Waller. I honestly have no problem with Angela Bassett as an actor. I think she's a terrific one, and just a very stunning and beautiful woman, looking especially good at the age of 52. But her playing Amanda Waller, yeah, I kind of have to scratch my head at that one a little bit. She's missing about 200 pounds off of her figure. For all I know, she might have put on a little weight for this role, maybe not, but just seeing a recent picture of her, I kind of have to question that a little bit. You know, I certainly would have been more fine with an actress, say, like Monique or Loretta Devine or even Aretha Franklin in that role, but I'll see the movie and give Angela a fair shot in that role. But aside from that, there's a very minor gripe that is not really important, but that's just my thoughts on it. All in all, this footage looked great. I expect great things when I see this movie in June, and I think you should go and see it as well.